excited. Today is the 11th of October, International Day of the Girl Child.
This is not how we look daily, but we love.
No, I wake up like this all the time.
If women ran the world, it would be a softer place, it would be easier.
Women, they know how to take care of good things.
The entire world, there would be no poverty.
It would be beautiful.
Well, one would think it would be a kinder, gentler place.
Women still rule, but in different capacities.
So more stuff will get done without any pressure.
Udada Trust also has been running Helen's Film Bootcamp, which we launched last year. And next year, we're going to have our second season of Helen's Film Residency. We also run mentorship programs. We opened the festival today, and today was International Day of the Girl Child. So we celebrated some girls from the Nora, some Liz, and some Liz is represented here. Hi guys. And we came here with 25 girls, and we had an amazing luncheon, and we had an amazing time. And these girls and boys from Sam Liz Education Center in the Nora, for the last 6 months, they did a web series. So it's a challenge even to some of us. So I'm going to introduce the first 2 episodes. It's just 3 minutes. So kindly enjoy. Thank you.
We joined Udada Festival because they celebrate Africa in just the most beautiful ways.
And one of the reasons that we're here is because partners like City Lodge, partners like Black Rhino, partners like TAP, and partners like Women Making Films supported us and allowed for this festival to gain its legs and be financially sustainable, and that's something we're very proud of, so thank you very much. I'd like to invite Madrid, and together
we would like to say that Udada International Women's Film Festival 5th edition is officially open. Woo! Thank you guys. So plug in on our website, dadatrust.org, our Facebook pages, dadatrust_KE, and you will get the program online and follow us, and we have an amazing program. So for the next 9 days, we hope to see you, we hope to engage with you, and we hope to create something for next year moving forward. So thank you so much.
thank you.
I got here late, but the event was amazing. I love how these women have come together to put up this. It has been successful, and I think it's going to be more successful for the remaining days. This is just the beginning.
We were here for the Udada Festival, which was a wonderful time to watch short films and trailers. We were so excited for the rest of the festival to happen and enjoy.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank all my sponsors and partners and my amazing team. Shout out to Labo, Nyambura, Lucy, Aquilina, Karima, Modoni, Dante, PK Group, my son there behind the camera, Enoch. I am so happy, and thank you so much for your support. I'd like to also say thank you for City Lodge for hosting us tonight. We had an amazing experience, and it was very nice just getting to hear the reviews. Watu wamesema chakula ni tamu, watu wamefurahi, and even filmmakers are very interested to come back and just see how they can plug in into this space as a location, as a filming location. So I'd also like to thank Canon, I'd like to thank Cameras Africa, I'd like to thank Black Rhino, I'd like to thank August 7th Memorial Park, I'd like to thank TAP Magazine for putting us in the map. I'd like to thank PK Group for the good work that you guys are doing, and the journey that we've had to get here. I am so grateful. I'd like to thank Karen Village. I'd like to thank Art Directors Garage. I would like to thank, oh my god, the list is endless. So kama nimesahau mtu, I am so sorry, but I just want to thank all of you and just say that God bless you, and let's keep joining hands, and let's take this to the next level. good.
Wow, beautiful, Modi. I'm so proud of you. What are you doing? You need to pick a leaf from your sister because now she understands what comes next and what I know.
Popo, Kobe, fresh. Sana, Kobe. Mimi naitwa Max. Madrid ndio full name yangu. Madrid Nyaga, aka Max Mato Patrick. Mimi ndio president wa Udada. Udada ni organization, Udada Trust ni organization yenye ina celebrate women in the arts. Alafu bado Udada Trust ni organization yenye ina support young kids in arts kuweza kutell stories zao. Kuna chuo fulani kwa Dandora inaitwa Samlis, tumewaka na wao na tukaweza wamefanya web series. So ni hao waliandika, ni hao waka act, ni hao wali direct, kila kitu ni hao walifanya. So basically hizo ndio zenye si ufanya. So this year, in this month of October, tumekuwa na film festival. Nani wanajua film festival ni nini? Nani wako na idea?
International Women's Film Festival is a festival that celebrates the African achievements of women in the arts. And we collaborated with women making films in India. And the young lady from India, she's a producer, director. She would have loved to be here, but she's with us in spirit because she's also releasing this film in India called But What Was She Wearing? It's a film about sexual harassment in the workplace. So enjoy, and we will have a Q&A after the movie. Thank you.
I found so people presenting a different. This girl make a complaint and this guy will do his job. Is this really true? Did this really happen? How can we trust what she's saying? She's not looking upset, she's not crying. How many lives is she doing?
So what you do when you're doing someone's makeup, you have to clean their face. Because you don't want to do makeup. You put makeup on makeup. Yeah. It's good to use the natural color, or you could use a lighter shade down here, and then the foundation. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do that. Now the reason I go with a pencil first is because it guides you. Then now you can go over with.
The driver, because Natasha Patel is a hygiene freak, is a cleaner, like her character is completely different. So they are going for this, right? And in between there is a point where Natasha Patel is saying to the driver, you cannot have Mama Choma or something meat because I can't take the smell of that. She's going till that level. Anyway, the journey is going, and they take a turn from Nakul.
But I think it would be good to kind of have the irony or even just the context in the logline, because you didn't put it in the logline, you put it in the synopsis, but because you say Natalie Patel, usual routine, so maybe do kind of the you know, who is she in the company. So if she was like, you know, she's a reporter or she's a dentist, as in put that in there and then blend it now with the context. As in, I think that will make it, then that will make me read the synopsis. Because I feel like from the beginning, if I open, I see Rudy, I see your tagline, then I'm like, okay, fine. I go to the log line and then I don't get the conflict or get what's at stake, then I won't read the synopsis.
It's exciting to see people concerned about high quality storytelling, because in my mind, I think before I actually engaged with the space, I knew that the stories had a message behind them, but I'm really, really excited that it's not just about the message, but it's about quality as well. So I'm really passionate about being a skilled practitioner, about telling high quality stories.
Who would you have picked if you were the investor?
The first one, but I don't know if I'll invest in her. I'd have more questions, but I think it played in my head. I started the second, it didn't at all.
The setup for it, you know, if we were selecting based off this $1 million bob on the table to be produced, animator, Shika, because you get, but now you see these are residents. It's actually you select someone to go to a college. Both of them are lacking in certain areas, as you've said, yeah. So they kind of need that mentorship, that training.
Some of the comments which they have given, like the budget and those things, actually I think again we need to arrange a workshop on that to teach us how those things can happen. Expectations, I would like to do this movie with the support of the team from Udada Trust.
The story is what makes the content. So I'll look at the originality of the storyline, the concept, how is it executed, and then I'll look at which kind of cast have you invested in. It doesn't have to be renowned, but the execution of the acting and the vision of the director needs to be packaged very well by the cast. I'll also look at the production quality, because you see, I'm buying content to distribute it to different platforms across the world. And as you see with the Netflix and all these platforms coming on board, quality is just the most important thing. The sound, I need to see that the sound, we've invested in good sound equipment, lighting equipment. So production quality really important, the cast, the storyline. I also need to see that you have a mind of yourself on how you're going to distribute as a filmmaker yourself. I'm not figuring it out for you. So you're bringing the concept or the content to us, which is ready, and telling me that I think or I know this will do well in Francophone Africa, and probably you've even prepared scripts that if I have the capacity to dub, I can dub it into French, into Portuguese. So I want to see the vision of the filmmaker and the producer, that you have the mind of your content traveling. That's also another aspect. I want to see content that can travel. I want to see content that will resonate with the different audiences that you target. I want to see content that is well thought out, so to speak. So all these elements actually help me and guide me on the kind of pricing that I'm going to give you.
They have to know what they want to communicate, because if it's not clear to them, it's not going to be clear to anyone. And they have to have a deliberate plan and execute it to the latter. You can't just make film and expect it to travel the world without you putting effort and without researching on what people are watching. So I would tell them to take their time to know their craft and know where they want to go and plan as much as they can to achieve these things. They don't just happen, and let them not look at the red carpets and think, oh wow, when I make this it's gonna be awesome. No, they have to be deliberate about it.
The marketing strategy usually for me starts with the audience. So who do I want to see this film, where, and then figure out a timeline. So if I'm going to try and reach out to families, people with kids, and and it's going to be in the cinema, or TV, then how am I going to make them see it? How am I going to make them connect to it? So then I'll be like, okay, so our film has this aspirational themes. Parents like kids to have to think about, being resilient, being nice to people. So make the marketing is basically saying, okay, we're going to do different things. So one, we're going to emphasize on this value. How are you going to emphasize about being nice and things like that? So you're going maybe to, I don't know, with the different aspects to it. But I think maybe I would say like the use of color. We're going to use yellow as a color because it's friendly. It's kids like it. It's bright. It's primary colors. So you use primary colors to get young people. Then you'll maybe include the cast and tell them, talk about lessons they learned when they were kids. Someone was nice to them. Oh, when I was young, someone gave me a banana. That was nice, So then the kids can connect to the story and be drawn to it because of that. So other things, so like how you're going to cut the trailer, that's also important. So a lesson I've learned from everything we've done is that you don't always just have to have one trailer. Different trailers are aimed at different audiences. So maybe you have a trailer that's very dark and edgy, then the second one it's a bit lighter, it's very friendly, colorful, you've got a bit of humor, then that appeals to different audiences. So then you can maximize the commercial potential of the movie. So it's really considering what's appealing to people, especially now. Today, long time ago, maybe you put a poster in a magazine. Today you have to think about social media so that you can, compete with other films. So our marketing strategy is really about knowing where the eyeballs are and making sure that you're there.
By persistent, historically constructed, cultural attitudes and practices. Initiatives like the Udada International Women's Film Festival are more than welcome to ensure that the talent, knowledge and skills of women are widely recognized, and this is why the French Embassy in Kenya has been partnering with these events since its beginning in 2014.
And no matter how hard things tend to be sometimes, she always has a brave face to put out. She is a great achiever. She indeed can run the world. Please put your hands together for my lady.
We're going to have about 16 women next year in March. And all these women now, between March and October, they're going to make short films that will compete in the festival. And I'd like to say also, we've partnered with one of the film festivals in America, and I'm honored to be the ambassador of representing women in the country for the festival. And we're going to take our programs to Las Vegas next year, where Udada will have a mini festival in Las Vegas.
Read your books. I don't think I can face anymore. I'm tired of reading the same things over and over again with no clue what you named myself for us. I'm scared.
You're just afraid of what you don't know. There is nothing you're going to find in the NET exams. There's some things to study. You just revise, don't give up.
You're as bad as your mother. Do you know what happened to her?
Peja, you have told me that story countless times.
That's because I want you to listen. I want you to listen hard. Your mother came back to me pregnant with you. And after you were born, she died. Angry, bitter and disappointed.
That is what I love, but I am afraid to do what I love because he goes angry and punish me anytime. Thank you.
I can make you a famous singer in Kampala, all over Kampala. Yeah, I can make you the new Juliana Kanyomos, the new Irene Nambiru.
When you have been doing what I've been doing, you learn how not to expect anything to come your way, especially if it's an off-distant hope.
He was a great boxer. He wants me to follow his footsteps. But I love drawing and I love to paint.
Nobody knows who your father is, not even his name. No one knows whether he's alive or dead, and nobody cares.
Morning, Ollie. Morning, Tim. Morning, honey. Okay, sorry, I can't join you guys for breakfast. I'm a little late. I was sleeping Saturday, but I guess I'll join you later, okay? And,
Honey, this is an investment. It has to cost us. All right? You spend money to make money. It's big risks, big rewards. That's how it works.
But you do know that's our entire life savings.
Dan! Dan! Hey!
DJ, I don't know what good things you're talking about. Let me go back to my friend. She must be worried now.
What's the rush, Rainbow? We just met. I thought you liked me already.
When you have been doing what I've been doing, you learn how not to expect anything to come your way.
I say screw the system. It's corrupt. It's made for us to follow blindly without questioning its functionality. And you're part of the problem for going along with it.
I'm tired of reading the same things over and over again with no clue what you name myself for us. I'm scared.
You're just afraid of what you don't know. There is nothing you're going to find in your net exams. There's some things we study. We just revise, don't give up.
This is just something else.
What do you want to eat now?
You. What did you prepare? You said? Pounded yam. At this time?
Hey, but you called me in the afternoon to make pounded yam and vegetables.
Listen to yourself. You said afternoon. If I called you in the afternoon to make pounded yam, look, should you be by this time? I'll be using this thing. Pounded yam.
You're as bad as your mother. Do you know what happened to her?
Keja, you have told me that story countless times.
That's because I want you to listen. I want you to listen hard.
Usiniambie nisinga Ismaili.
Mbadilisha mtu mwingine ni?
Kachema!
I say screw the system. It's corrupt. It's made for us to follow blindly without questioning its functionality.
Okay, sorry, I can't join you guys for breakfast. I'm a little late. I was sleeping Saturday, but I guess I'll join you later, okay? And,
I am proud of my father. He was a great boxer.
And my forefathers are lying there. You will send them. You will sign.
Not even his name. No one knows whether he's alive or dead, and nobody cares.
Take away from me belongs to my descendants. And my forefathers are lying there. You will send them. You will sign.
If you had aborted, like I had told you, all this would have not happened.
Do you know what happened to her?
Keja, you have told me that story countless times.
That's because I want you to listen. I want you to listen hard. Your mother came back to me pregnant with you. And after you were born, she died. Angry, bitter and disappointed.
We don't hope. We just do what we're told.
Teli imekuwa ikichukua wasichana wengi sana tangu kitambo.
Siwaiangushe.
Si rahisi hivyo.
Honey, this is an investment. It has to cost us. All right? You spend money to make money. It's big risks, big rewards. That's how it works.
But you do know that's our entire life savings.
Read your books. I don't think I can face anymore. I'm tired of reading the same things over and over again with no clue what you named myself for us.
That is what I love, but I am afraid to do what I love because he goes angry and punish me anytime. Thank you. But I am afraid to do what I love because he goes angry and punish me anytime. Thank you.
Brenda, I can make you a famous singer in Kampala, all over Kampala. Yeah, I can make you the new Juliana Kanyomos, the new Irene Nambi.
Imagine Kebo, he's not like that. You reply, pap. He's so prompt.
Jules! Ukiacha kuniambia kuhusu uchali yako, nitakwambia.
Wait, asante.
You learn how not to expect anything to come your way, especially if it's an off-distance.
No one knows whether he's alive or dead, and nobody cares.
Samahani dada Singa, inawezekana mtu kutoka sehemu ndogo kama hii kuwa mtu mkubwa?
You will send them. You will send them.
You learn how not to expect anything to come your way, especially if it's an off-distant home.
Dan! Wait, nifungulie.
Thank you very much for awesome work you've done for us. Let's have a group picture together.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the director, Daniel, Rain is a film that was scripted by a lady who is Mary Nyanzi. She came up with this story.
I'd like to go back to Madrid because we have one more award, which is a special award, which is something that is solely decided by the president of Udada Trust.
Life is fair. Fair is life. It's up to you. If you want instant gratification, it's going to be very unfair. If you see it as developing your character and increasing your self-awareness and knowing who you were, I'll lend you my dad for a while, but that's the way to take life. Fair is life.
Let's just remain standing. She didn't know. So we just surprised her, and I think even my sisters would say that finally I got to surprise someone and it worked. Yeah, because I'm the wife. I'll tell you before, okay? I'll tell you I'm about to surprise you tomorrow, so you just show up. So I called her today in the morning. She's been well. She's had a crazy week. I called her today. I actually texted her at 4 a.m. I saw her. She was online on Facebook. And then I just said, hi. How are you doing? And she refused. She ignored me. Then I said, okay. And then in the morning she called me, she said, I decided I am not going to talk to anyone today. I want to rest. I've had a crazy week. Nyambura has been on her case and emails and everything. Bring your students. We've been trying to cut her to bring her students, but she can help her students. And when I talked to her in the morning, I was with Nabo there, and the conversation was like, I'm tired, I don't want to come, maybe my students can come. You're actually very lucky. Then I said, then my prayers have been answered. And she was like, I had decided I'm not going to talk to anyone. Then I just told her, you're my chief guest, just come. And then she was like, oh, wait. Just say I'm your guest. Then I said, okay, fine, will you come? Then she's like, oh, I know I didn't come the other days, but I'll come today. So I'd like to celebrate you, and I'd like to appreciate you. I got into the industry, and you were already there, you know. And I used to always, oh wow, I don't want to get emotional, but I just want to appreciate you. And God bless you, and keep doing the amazing stuff that you're doing. And may God give you more days and strength, and wisdom, and favor and grace, so that you can see what they will do, what they will do to the next generation. So thank you so much.
It takes a lot to surprise me. First it was Renee, and then there's Mushroom Festival, and now you, and the way you called me in the morning and I barely had a voice and I kept telling you, I don't want to go. And then my students whom I just sent a text and said, okay, to the Memorial Park, anybody who wants to go there, you don't have to, but because I'm sure you had some plans. And then I realized, how many of you managed? 12? 12, 16, yes. They had to organize transport, although we have a bus, it's not always there because it has to be booked. So miraculously they made it here. So my students, I love you. The last 2 weeks, you've only been here barely 2 weeks and we feel like we've been together for a year. But it's not just you. First of all, the Ugandans were now, jeering at me when every award was being won by the Ugandans. And I think all the Ugandans are in the house, isn't it? We have 4 of the Ugandan students, we have Tanzanians. The Ethiopian didn't make it, did he? Yeah, you do. Yes, then. Okay, yes. So they are from 4 different countries, and of course, sorry Kenyans, I ignored you. But it's not just my students, it's all these young people. And even looking at the sponsors and the supporters, they are all very young people.
I hope to see more films from women next year, as was this year. And the films were quite good, and I'm grateful to have been a part of it, for my film being selected, and for me getting 2 awards. So I'm very grateful.
Udada Film Festival imekuwa successful. Personally, nimefurahi kuinteract na other filmmakers. Nilikuwa one of the directors wa Coach Chocolate City.
This edition of the Udada International Film Festival was a roaring success. We were able to represent 5 African countries, 2 countries, India, and we were able to represent 4 European countries in our lineup. It was really exciting to have all the different types of films and to have also the different workshops and programs that we ran. So what we're looking forward to this year is, after having run the Dada pitch, we're moving forward and we're going to have the Harlands residency, which is going to be an opportunity for emerging filmmakers to get to really hone their crafts in filmmaking. And from that, we'll be able to produce 5 different films. So we're really looking forward to next year. And the new entries, the submissions will be open on January 1st, 2019.
Tumemaliza! I'm so excited. 9 days, it's over. Oh wow, I'm so happy. I'm grateful that people came, and I'm so grateful. August Memorial Park, August 7th Memorial Park, guys. Thank you for coming through on the last minute, and It's been a very cozy, amazing closing night, and I'm glad. And congratulations again to the filmmakers, even the ones who submitted and the ones who won, the ones who were nominated. Congratulations to you guys. And yeah, Monday niko kwa ofisi, so I don't know what's the next theme. Where do we go? And on Saturday we'll be in Nanyuki, so guys, just keep tab.